Well, my camera fell over. I thought I'd just leave it like that to show you that sometimes that's just the way things go. It's probably going to fall over again. Anyway, what I was wanting to show you is a tumbler that I was working on. So that is a stainless tumbler from Harbor Freight, and I was able to get the red, white, and blue on it. I test one side, I test the other side, and I did that with the rotary as well. So I'm very happy with how that turned out. I just wanted to share it because I thought it looked really cool. Now I'll come back to me. Where is the remote? I'll stop that from spinning as soon as I find it. I've already lost that remote. Tell you what else I lost. I lost Jeremy. And then I found him. And here he is.
I was looking for me too for a second.
So I'm going to run through and say hi to everybody. But just real quick, I'm going to be doing some PMags. I'm going to be doing some tumblers. I have some little pendants that I need to mark and a few other things that I can think of. Which I was going to do some keychains, but I forgot to grab those. I'll get them in a bit. But I have a dinner that I'm going to on Tuesday, and I'm providing some of the silent auction items and possibly some door prize items. And I thought, hey, I've got to do these things anyway. Why not live stream it and share it with everybody else? If you have any questions or want to talk lasers or anything else you want to talk about. But Jack was the first one here. He was ready today. He was not going to miss it. And Jerry is here. And Kenny and Robert, Nepa, Chicago Bob, Brandon M., Jack Williams, Kenny is here. Brick Church, Tyler, William from Massachusetts, Paul, Clayton, Steve, Greg. Let's see, None Your Business, Jim McCall.
Sounds like all the regulars.
Yeah, there's a few I don't recognize. Keith, Chuck, Paul, sweet. Hey, Kenny's here. How about that? Haha. Okay. What are we going to do first? You going to do anything, Jeremy?
I didn't even know you were getting on, and I was kind of messing around with some artwork for something else, so I'll just hang out, chit chat. You do you. Put yourself on full screen, and I'll just hang out in the background watching chat and stuff.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't know how long I'll be here. I got a couple other things in the house I want to do, but yeah.
Somebody asked about the hammer. It's upstairs. I'm going to ask my wife to bring it down so I can show you the hammer. Pretty sure I left it upstairs. I think I did. I don't know. What do you want to see first? Let's take a poll from the audience. Do you want to see tumblers or PMags? And we'll wait for the delay to catch up and let you leave your comments. Tyler is working on a derby cover at the moment. Let's see. Fist bump. Ooh, tumblers are in the lead. I'm not going to call them PMags anymore. I'm just going to say polymer. We're just going to do polymer.
There you go.
Just the polymer.
Steve Smith wants colors. Colors on what, Steve? I might could work on something with my fiber. Burn something out.
There you go.
Let me
You
get
could do that.
let me get this thing I'm working on. Maybe I'll burn that. Got to do a lot of note editing.
What you gonna burn?
I might be burning this little shark here. Not sure yet.
All right, looks like tumblers win. They won't take very long though, so I'll do those, and then after I'll start on PMags. Then we'll go to the pendants, and the first pendant I'm going to do is one that my daughter requested. It is a heart stainless steel pendant, and I'm going to do the red, white, and blue American flag cutout on that. So there will be some color on those flags. Hey Dale, how's it going today? Jack Sandstra is here. Sweet.
I don't have any tumblers in the shop, Greg.
See.
I'm not really a tumbler guy.
Now, just keep in mind that tumblers I'm going to be doing on the CO2 Galvo, because CO2 Galvo is the king for tumblers. And I have a cool little, I don't know if you guys have saw this thing. But I have, I don't know where I put it. It's around here somewhere. Oh, I know where it is. It's out there on the bench. My wife was trying to be helpful. She couldn't find it either. It's because I told her the wrong spot too. For my tumblers, and if I'm going to be using cylinder correction, I like to have a vise to put them in. Vise that looks like that. I redesigned the base plate. I don't know if you guys saw my old version, but this new version, I actually put some slots in between the I put one slot between the vise plates and then another one at the top. So you can slide that thing left and right and get it perfectly centered underneath your galvo head. So whether you're using a fiber laser and cylinder correction or CO2 galvo, whatever, it makes for a nice base to set your tumblers down, because then you can adjust the width and level out. Thank you very much. You can level out your 30 ounces, your 20 ounces, the skinny tumblers. It doesn't matter. You just adjust the width and boom, get them leveled. But I was wanting to show you this. For those that tuned in last night and saw some of the engraving. I also have knurling on this side, 3D engraved. This is all done with Lightburn 3D slice. Then this basket weave on this side. Then you can see the depth in the flag. On this side. Now the other side is going to be a special design, teaming up with Sharks with Lasers, and he's making me a design for the backside. That was a request of my daughter's, who said I should do an eagle with its wings spread. So that's what I'm going to do. The tumblers will be done CO2 Galvo without a rotary. Oh, Greg says my audio sounds better than usual. Sounds really good. I did turn up the noise cancellation on the NVIDIA broadcast, and I got rid of some audio. I got rid of my noise gate on the ATEM Mini, and I'm just using NVIDIA broadcast for the noise reduction, and I think it does sound better. So, excellent. Well, let's get into these tumblers. I am going to turn my fan on, so hopefully Yeah, Jerry, you did print my first version. I just made the second version like last week or 2 weeks ago. I think I sent it to you. Let me turn the fan on.
Oh.
With this centrifugal fan, you have to let it spool up to full speed. Then you can adjust the potentiometer and turn down the RPMs so it's not running on full blast. Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's go. Over to Tumbler Cam. First, I will be doing a red tumbler. And it just sits nicely. I normally, with these polar candles, I'll just use the ridge to hold it in place and keep it lined up. What I'll do for different tumblers is I'll actually take a metal business card and just stick between these and use that. Let me just show you. Let me get my head out of the way. I'll just stick a metal business card in there, then just use that to index everything. Obviously, it's not level because it's not where I have it set, but that's one way, easy way to index your tumblers. That one goes there. And I can't show you Lightburn because I'm on a different computer. Ugh. I can't show you Lightburn because I'm on a different computer. And I forgot to turn on my other microphone. Let me do that. Hopefully the audio still stays good. Hopefully the battery's charged. Let's see. Okay, I just switched microphones. Does that sound all right, Jeremy?
Yes, louder.
A little louder? Okay. How about now? A little better?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, now let me stroll over here to the other PC.
just when Jerry gets his vice done, you go and make another one.
Heck yeah. So the dinner is being put on by the Gun Owners of America and West Virginia Citizens Defense League. I'm on the board of directors for West Virginia Citizens Defense League. We're a nonpartisan, nonprofit, grassroots, all volunteer Second Amendment lobbying group for the state of West Virginia. So we write good gun laws is what we do. So I'm going to make 2 tumblers with the GOA logo and 2 tumblers with the WVCDL logo. And I'll just knock these out real quick. So I have cylinder correction enabled. So let me frame that again. Hopefully you can see it on camera. I can spin my light around here. There, now you can see it framing. Now let me frame it without cylinder correction turned on so you can see that. See how much cylinder correction is able to bring that graphic in and keep it looking as undistorted as possible. And if you haven't used cylinder correction, it's really an awesome tool within Lightburn. You input the distance from the top of your item to your lens. Then you input the diameter, and Lightburn takes care of the rest. Does all the hard calculations for you. Let's just go ahead and run this one. No, I'm not. I forgot to turn the laser on because it sounds like a jet engine. So now there's a minute delay between the time you turn the laser on and you can hit the start button. Anything going on in chat at the moment, Jeremy?
Just the Vice thing. Greg's tempted to get that Bamboo A1. And Ed wants you to move the camera up a little bit because you're looking at the bottom of the cup too much. Wonderful.
There we go.
Man, what other place can you get a play-by-play like this from?
I aim to please. We aim to please. All right, let's see if it'll start now. Here we go.
Yeah, Greg, I stopped doing tumblers. I did them when I first got going with my fiber laser and stuff, and then I never sold enough of them to make sense, and I had too many. I was always doing a 2-for-1. I was always wasting one to get one to work, and then that one wouldn't work. If I had to buy a third one sometimes, I just quit. It doesn't make sense for me to do it.
I absolutely hate doing tumblers with the fiber laser. Until today, when I was trying to do collars, that's the first time I've done a tumbler on a fiber laser in probably like 2 years. A year and a half since I got the CO2 galvo. But this runs 2 passes, and after that, just a quick wipe with a magic eraser, and it'll look perfect. See how that second pass just finishes burning off that powder coat residue. And I'm sure people have settings to do it in one pass. I developed this setting and just stuck with it. I like it. It leaves the detail and doesn't burn anything. It looks good. And that's it. That was 1 minute, 47 seconds. Like I said, it's a quick wipe with a tumbler, or with a magic eraser on the tumbler. This magic eraser does have Dawn Power Wash on it. So there's number 1. Let's get number 2.
Why do I not like doing tumblers on a fiber laser? Not consistent enough for me. The powder coating is always a different thickness. Somebody always brings me a different cup. I can never do the same make and model. From a Yeti to a Hasselback off of Amazon to a Walmart brand cup, they're always different. I'm always fussing with the settings so as not to burn the metal and make it off colored. So the consistency wasn't there for me. So I decided there was enough people in my town doing tumblers that it didn't make sense for me to do it anyway.
Yeah, if you're going to do a lot of tumblers, CO2 galvo is the way to go. If you're not, a regular gantry CO2 with a rotary does an awesome job. That's what I used, because when I first got a fiber laser, I didn't have a CO2 gantry or galvo, and then I got the CO2 gantry, and I just did tumblers with the rotary on the CO2 gantry, and that's what I did until I ended up with the CO2 galvo. But as soon as I got that CO2 gantry, I started using it in the rotary over a fiber laser any day.
Yeah. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome, welcome.
The key to getting good results with cylinder correction is getting your focus perfect. So basically from the top of the cup to how far down the logo is going to burn, you need to focus right in the center of that. So you're actually focused a little bit down on the cup, below the top. Should have another, oh, there we go. Hold on, I need some more power wash.
Wow, I have no idea what's going on. I've been having trouble with this. It's either my computer or the laser, or maybe that was it. Hold on, let me try that again. If I have a USB stick in my computer, nothing works.
Okay, and there's number 2. And the other thing about a CO2 is it doesn't care what color the cup is. It doesn't matter whether it's red or blue or black. The fiber laser will tear through the black ones real fast, and then it'll struggle with the red one, just because of the different wavelengths. All right, now I'm at the black cup here. Move this out of the way. Put that in the center, frame it, make sure it looks good. Yep, we're in the right spot. All right, here goes tumbler 3. And for those of you that aren't familiar, our state motto is Montani Semper Liberi, which means mountaineers are always free. So there's your West Virginia trivia for today.
Wow, now oh gosh. I just saved my file, shut down Lightburn to restart it so I could see if my laser was going to work, which it still doesn't work.
Speaking of WVCDL, Tyler is in chat. And Tyler is actually, he's our IT guy now. He did our new website and is set up the store and is doing some other stuff for us.
Sabrina's a new member.
Oh, awesome, Sabrina. Thanks for becoming a member. Aside from WVCDL, Tyler's a friend anyway, so it's still good to have him in chat. And that's it, just like that. Number 3 is done.
The controller between the chair and the keyboard is about ready to go on vacation permanently. I'm sick and tired of this stuff. I literally was just using it, and now I tried to save it and then use it again, and now there's no communication. Like, I didn't touch anything. Come on.
Oh my gosh, it's like you're married. No communication. Just frustrating. I'll normally have a fan or some air running to help tame those flare-ups. But in the interest of not getting them in the way of the camera, I just ignored them for today. So satisfying to watch lasers run. I'm watching it on the screen, and it doesn't matter how many times you do it. It's still just satisfying and relaxing. Alrighty. And there is number 4. And that one was 1 minute 17 seconds. So depending on the design, the first one was 1:47 and that one was 1:17. And with that, tumblers are done. Jeremy's muted. Oh no, he's cursing that dang computer, I bet. Dr. Aces, blue is your hardest. He said he still hasn't gotten it correct on the fiber. It is tough. That is a tough one. Why aren't my comments moving? There they go.
I have no idea what's going on. Everything here. I'm about ready to shut this thing down and go in the house.
Chuck rotary from fiber would work on your CO2. Yes, as long as it's the same number of wires.
Yes, that's where mine will not, because I have a 4-pin over there and a 3-pin over here.
Yep. Paul's asking about the totally awesome cleaners from the dollar store. I have used LA Awesome. I don't have a problem with it. It works just fine. It's just that I also work part-time at Sam's Club, and when I'm there, it's easy to pick up the 3-pack of the Dawn Power Wash and use it. So no particular preference, just a matter of convenience. Let's see. And Sabrina, again, thank you. We appreciate you. Tyler says, allegedly. Jeff Benedict is here from South Mississippi.
Well, I don't know. Whatever. Just decided I wanted to start working.
Jeremy sometimes is technologically challenged.
It ain't me, brother.
He breaks stuff and fixes it and doesn't know what he did, but he pushes his way through. All right, let's bring you back on screen. Since you are unmuted.
I have no idea.
Sam Craft, how's it going? Hey, Sam, aren't you in Louisiana near Rich? Or you're close to him, I think. But thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Sam puts out some good videos. I don't comment much, but I try to catch him and watch him.
Yeah, I end up watching Sam's stuff in the house on the TV where I can't comment through a remote.
And not necessarily the laser stuff. It's the other stuff that I like to watch too. Like building the shop and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, Jeff. There's me, myself, and I, and you're fighting over everything.
All right, what are we doing now? Oh, East Tennessee. Gotcha. PMags. That's right. Let's get them PMags.
All right.
And let's see. I did a whole live stream on PMags. Now I got to find the PMags.
What the world? Okay. So I just turned cuts and layers on to double check everything. I have no idea what these settings are. These look like fiber laser settings with offset flood fill on. What?
What's offset flood fill?
I don't even have a library.
What did you do?
I have no idea.
What did I do with that PMAG? I had the whole GOA file. Let's do this. I might have to make this from scratch real quick. Sorry for the delay. I thought this was already done. It is. I just can't find it. All right. Should I do the PMAGs with a bunch of different different shades, like the camo, or should I just put a logo on it? What do you guys think? You can do either one. Oh, I did. Sam saying he wasn't here to steal any attention, just needing entertained while I work in the shop. No, that's cool. We support other channels. That's not an issue at all.
Nope, nothing wrong with that a bit.
No harm in shouting out let's say another good channel, right? Both. Ed says both. Just the logo and the camo. All right. I'll do just the logo version first. Let me see. Unenable rotary. Get to my PMAGs. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Here we go. This will be just the logo. So I have an outline here. This is an older outline, a better outline now. So let me focus and we'll get that framed. But here's the setting I'm going to run. I'll put that on screen, make it big. Then if you guys want it, you can have it. That's for 60 watt, 200 millimeter lens. Oh, I'll have to show you this too. In order to fit the tumbler on the rotary underneath the Monport, I added a block of wood between the galvo head and the platform to raise it up enough that I would have clearance to focus with that 200 lens. It looks really high tech. Whoever it was that said you were looking for a fiber laser soon, think of the, I do like this Monport. It's really compact and it's, so far, I use it probably 70% of the time, 80%. Usually I use it. Monport GI60, there's a link in the description. Okay, here's my fancy block of wood, if you want to see that. See how beautiful that is? Yep, right there. There. Beautiful piece of poplar.
What was that for?
To raise the Monport galvo head up enough that the tumblers in the rotary would clear it for a 200 lens. I needed some more height. And I didn't need a ton of height. So that block of wood worked perfect. I'm getting the camera set up here for you so you can see the PMAG. Get your bird's eye view. Okay, now let me frame it. And let's go to 2.
Well, you're not too late, John. We're just getting started.
I think my camera stand needs some Viagra today. Just falling over again. Like, come on, man.
$7,000 laser. You need a $3 block of poplar to get it to work.
Pretty much.
That's a little bit more reasonable than some things in this world that you have to do to get to work when it costs an arm and a leg.
All right, we're framed up, so I'm going to hit start, and it's going to run. Let's see. Let's stop that and hit it with that. There we go. Should lighten it up. Looks odd from that angle, but it looks fine on the PMAG.
Rich and I are chatting. That's why your phone's dinging.
Oh, okay. So that's if you wanted a light shade. Let's say I wanted it to be a darker gray. You could also kind of go back and change the color of it a little bit. I don't know how well that'll show up on camera. I think I need my overhead lights on.
Ed, this is fiber laser he's doing it on right now.
I'm going to turn the overhead lights on. It might wash me out in the camera, but it'll help you to see the PMAGs. There.
Interesting.
Now, let's see. I'm going to frame it and do the other side. It's just the logo.
Ed's wondering what the mags are made out of. It's just some whatever
Polymer.
Yeah, whatever polymer they decide to use. It's different from mag to mag. Some settings won't work on some of the other polymers.
Okay, here comes
Jimmy
side
Pitts
2.
just dropped in.
Oh, I should have moved that up. I totally screwed up the framing. Oh well, I got extras. I'll cut that one in half and use it as a tester. Totally screwed up that framing though. Color looks good. This wasn't framed very well. That's what happens when you make a mistake. You don't get it framed. And this laser, for some reason, does not like this setting very well for those skinny letters.
Yeah, I noticed that on mine too. The skinny letters don't really. It burns weird, like orange. Are they orange?
Yeah, kind of. Like for the skinny letters, you really got to have one of your lighter settings to get it to show up correctly.
Yeah, I usually drop my power down a little bit, and I put those on a different layer because it burns. It's too tight.
All right, I know what I'm going to do now. I want to pull up. Let's see. Just bear with me. Any new questions or comments need to address?
Not yet. Sergio says, "Don't you hate when that happens?"
Yeah, I've had worse. All right, I'll show you guys how to do something. Okay. How about I show you a little bit about the cut shapes tool in Lightburn. We'll cut a circle out of the multicam PMAG template that I have, and then we'll insert those two logos right into it. So here's a PMAG template. So you want to make sure this is grouped. So there, got it grouped. Nope, missed some. Group that. All right, got it all. Let me just move these out of the way. And this. So the first thing to do is decide how big you want the template to be, or the circle to be. So let me go to here. I'll add that one though. All right, that's obviously too big. I think around 50 is about right. Yep. I'm going to make this a layer color that's not anywhere in this, and then flip it around the right way. And I'm going to make sure it's at the bottom so I can see it. Draw it over top of the other shapes. All right, so 50 looks good. So now let's get a 50. Oh, that was a good guess. 50 millimeter circle. That looks better at 52. And I think that's the way I'm actually going to burn that. So I'm going to do Control D, make a second circle. And I'm going to put this circle on a template layer. So I'm going to make it orange. And then so I can see everything, I'm going to take the orange and bring it all the way down to the bottom. The cuts and layers, so it draws over top of everything else. And then I'm going to hide this so it doesn't get in my way. And then here is the template or the circle. So you grab the template first, or your first graphic. So graphic 1, then shift click, graphic 2, then you go to tools, cut shapes. And it looks like it didn't do anything, but it did. Because look here. Right there you go. Cut this out and delete it. Then I can actually show that again. And there it is, filled in perfectly. Then I want to Control C, Control V, make a copy of that, and then I want to flip it. And then we can make another copy of this. We group it first. Group. Control C, V. So now we have one for that one for that one. Then you just want to make sure you get them lined up. If you end up moving them around like I just did.
Ed says he's got to go put his bird to sleep. Can you pause?
Yeah, what kind of bird is it?
I don't know. He didn't say.
Okay, put the bird down for a nap. Okay, now I just need the other logo. Let me just do this. Import. I know where the logo is. Okay, I'm going to do the. I think I'm just going to do it one single color. Yeah. That was actually the tumbler that I was just working on. Now this, you're going to notice I had skewed it a little bit for cylinder correction, so I'm going to fix that. Make it 74 even and lock it, and it should be a perfect circle. Yep. Just do this, 50. Now we got that one that we can work with. I'm going to make it same layer color. And then I want to assign that layer 29. I want it to be the lightest gray I have. Is that okay? Now let's frame and do a multicolor PMAG. I'm gonna hit P, put it in the center. I'm
He's
just
got an
gonna
African gray.
Cool. I'm just going to frame that. Let's go over to the laser. Open up my PMAG. See, this is fresh. Ooh, that new PMAG smell.
I got to figure out how to get that into one of my air fresheners. My live, laugh, flock, and load one would be a good one.
Make sure you get the new PMAG smell, not the burnt PMAG smell.
Yeah, no, that's
And here we go. And if anybody wants the settings for this PMAG, I'll be happy to provide that to you. I have a file that has all these loaded. I believe it's on my website. I'll have to see. Sorry, I was distracted looking for this folder. File, I mean. Hey, Jim. I heard Jeremy say you dropped in.
Oh, I should
Jay
get back.
straight up. Steve Wright. Anybody else on this? Oh, come on. I got to log in. Now with PMags, when you find a setting to get a lighter shade, typically if you keep running it, it will keep getting lighter and lighter. So this time I decided to go with the inverse of the logo so I didn't have to worry about those skinny letters. All right, and that one is done. Hold on, I'm getting to this file. It's actually for sale. So all right, I'm going to change the price of it to 0, give you a link and a password so you can download it for free. Now let's do side 2. Oh, I think it was Jay Bake that was asking about the collars that I was doing on the steel. Check this out. It's actually red, white, and blue on the tumbler. And black. All right, here comes side 2. Yeah, Sam was talking about turning off flood fill with the galvo job. I kind of like these lines in between these shapes with the flood fill, so I've always left it on. And when people ask me how do you get rid of them, I'll tell them turn off flood fill. You should be able to get collars with a 20-watt fiber. I have a 20-watt fiber setting here that I could test with one day. See that junk mag? I'll cut it in half with the bandsaw, and then I'll proceed to start testing on the inside and the other side. If you ruin a magazine, don't throw it away. Cut it in half and use the inside for testing.
It looks a little bit different, but it's close enough.
Yeah, close enough to get you where you want to be.
And that's only because there's a texture difference from the outside to the inside. It's the same when I tested on my Kydex. You got a rough side and you got a smooth side. Jim Pitt says, hi, Patrick and Jeremy. I can't for my hobo tornado hat. Must mean he can't wait to get his tornado hat.
Yeah, he can't wait to get it.
Ed, haven't found my smooth side yet. Robert's asking, how did you manage to get the logo not covered by the camo? And that's, you just went over that with cut shapes, didn't you?
Yeah, just rewind that a little bit.
Yep.
I'm going to give you guys a different example. I'm going to give you something different because you saw this camo pattern twice already. Now, see, from a distance, the flood fill doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it. Just a little outline that's around it. But some people don't. I'll just tell them turn off flood fill. But I think it gives a little character. And I don't do that on every one of them, but most of them, I guess. All right, how about a tiger stripe camo?
You talking about that Rhodesian stuff?
Okay, while this is running, I'm going to set this up so you guys can get that file, okay? Okay. I'm not going to show you what this one's going to look like. You're just going to be surprised. I hope.
Oh, I like that style. I do.
Okay. The excitement is palpable. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Okay, folks, the password is live stream. The password is live stream. And here's the link. Ignore that. The password is not Ivestream. Password is
Gremlins. The password is Gremlins.
Livestream.
Gremlins. That's Sam says that's remarkable. It's the same password as his matched luggage. Oh, name the movie.
Name that movie.
Yeah.
This one's fairly entertaining to watch.
I don't know. I keep getting interrupted by other people. I haven't seen much of it.
Well, what are these people doing to you?
Oh, yes, I've been watching this PMag.
Yeah, this magazine. Where it's different. It's fun to watch. But it doesn't have any blank spots, so the whole surface gets covered, where the other one had some cutouts just to let the black show through. I'm pretty sure anyway. That's what my graphic on screen says.
Mm-hmm.
My wife has been wanting me to watch Blazing Saddles again, another Mel Brooks movie. That movie's hilarious.
Back up for the black guy gets it.
Yep.
I gotta watch Spaceballs again one of these days.
With Lord Helmet.
Yeah.
Come on, guy. It's almost done.
Almost would think that's one of John Candy's better movies.
Well, and it sprinkles in some gray, and there you go.
All right, I got it done. No way. That was a pain in my butt. It's probably the last one I'm going to make.
I think that one looks good. I like that design. I made this one when I was on a PMag design kick a few months ago.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, I'll run the other side, and then we'll move on to pendants. The settings in the file that you were able to download, those settings are going to be pretty consistent between a 60-watt MOPA and the 50-watt Raycus, because I developed them with the Raycus. So 50 to 60 watt, 175 to 200, 220 millimeter lens, it's going to be fairly close, fairly consistent. So they'll work for a wide range of lasers and lens combos, really. Yeah, Ed, I know. But what I've discovered is if I put the files on my website and have Google Ads running, that I can get an extra like $50 a month from just people clicking through to download the stuff. And that's enough to pay for hosting the website and maybe get me a little extra supplies and stuff. I realize it's a pain in the butt. I hate it when I have to do it at other websites. Actually, I have to do it at my own website, so I'm not immune to it. Roger's here. Steve, is it coming up with default $5 shipping? I will fix that right now. Unless you want to make a donation of $5, then you can just leave it. Haha.
I had a problem with my website today too. Somebody ordered a bunch of files and it charged them shipping. I'm like, what the world?
I don't have it set as a virtual product. I guarantee that's what the problem is. That is absolutely the problem. I'm clicking virtual and updating. That problem will go away. It's just crazy that in Lightburn, here, I'll just show you. This job's still running, right? But I've already clicked new and went to a new file, and it holds the job and runs it. It's just so nice to be able to work on stuff while the laser's running. Like moving on to the next project. And moving on from that, did you have to pay for shipping, Ed? If not, I'll give you my PayPal, then you can go ahead and pay for it. Since I'd already fixed it. Is that what you were meaning? I don't know. I'm reading chat and I got confused again.
Yeah, History of the World was a good movie too.
Who has used the pen tool in Lightburn? Raise your hand. Is anybody really good with the pen tool?
No, I suck at it. I can't figure out how to curve it around things, so I just make straight lines and then go in with the node edit.
I see. Yep. I do okay with the pen tool. I'm going to see if I can trace this heart now.
Okay, there's an issue with Lightburn now. It thinks that I have to have my thumb drive in to save anything. Why? What happened? That's new. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Paul, that's terrible. He said he just lost hours worth of work making
Ah.
SVGs in Inkscape. Lost it to a glitch. All right, and there's side 2. So side 1, side 2. All right, this is what's next. So pen tool. And we are going to trace this heart.
All right, Patrick, I'm going to bounce. I got stuff to do in the house.
Okay. So
Bye,
click and
everybody.
drag.
See you later.
Have a good night, Jeremy. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
So you just got to click and drag to get your circles or your curves correct. Well, then if you screw it up, you just go back and node edit, fix it. Oh, I hate it when it does that. It's really hard to see the yellow. Should have changed the shade before I started this. Come on, zoom in. Okay, now that it's filled in, we can go back and node edit. Make everything look pretty. But first, I'm going to change the color. Let's see. Now nodes. All right. Let's say we want to concentrate. Well, stop. Bad selection tool. So you can go in and start moving these nodes around and adjusting the handles. Try to make it perfect. I should have made it a color other than black. It's pretty close though. If you don't have your nodes like on the outside, why is it snapping? It'll be hard to drag your handles to get your lines to line up. So you want to make sure that your nodes are on the outside of whatever you're tracing. I think this one's. Oh, this frustrated me. Hold on. I turned off snapping so I could line it up exactly where I wanted it. This doesn't need to be perfect. I just want it to be fairly close. That should be fairly close. Now I'm going to go to edit. Let's see. Oops. Edit picture. It says select open shapes. Okay. Fill. All right. Looks like we're good. No open shapes. And lost my calipers. The actual size of this would be, I'm using the pen tool, Greg. It's called the pen tool. 32. Center it up. Now let me focus this and frame it. I'll make sure we're in good shape. Needs to be just a little bit bigger. All right, that looks like it's where it needs to be. Okay, just like that, you got a little thing. Ed, why did I trace the image? I'm going to show you that. In my art library, this is the US flag that I made from scratch that I did in my video. I'm going to add that graphic to the project. Although, where is, this is missing my red bars. Well, that stinks. How did that happen? Wait. No, it's not. It was set to line. I just happened to think something's wrong. All right. Let's see. Okay, I don't have any stars. This is grouped and it's blue. So I don't have stars by themselves to make white. So what I'm going to do is Control D, duplicate this. I'm going to change it to the same layer as I have for the white stripes, which is the gray number 8. Oops. Number 8. I'm going to move it over here. Then I'm going to ungroup it, delete this outer border, and then I'll just be left with gray stars. So then Control G, group it, pop it right back into place. And we'll make sure it's lined up. And then we'll have our white stars. And let's see. So the blue is actually layer 27. So you see our blue's highlighted here. So I'm going to click 27. There we go. And then the white on this graphic is this color, number 23. So I want to change the grays to 23. One way to do this is you can just hide the layers you don't want to see. If I don't want to see that, say I don't want to see that. Oops, wrong button. I don't want to see that. Then technically you can ungroup these and then switch them to that layer number 23. Because if I do it that way, it's going to grab, it's still grouped, so it's going to do everything. So if I ungroup it, then grab those, hit layer 23, then group those again, then show the red. There it is back. And I actually do want to show that one by itself. So let's hide 23 and show the red layer. This is kind of a long way to do this, but I just showed you. Now these are already ungrouped. Let's grab those. And the red in this graphic is this layer here, number 20. So since those are highlighted, I'll change those to 20. Now we can show all the layers again. There's our red, white, and blue for the flag. And I'm going to group it again. And then what we want to do, I'm going to change this to the blue template layer. Make sure it's at the bottom. And then let's resize this flag to put it in this heart. Just line it up wherever you see fit. I think that looks good. Then I'm going to select the shape we want to keep first, and then our cookie cutter shape second. All right. So select the flag first, the heart second, go to Tools, Cut Shapes, and then we can just grab this outer shape and move it. And here's our template for our heart. And Ed, that is why I traced that pendant. So I can just delete that. And here we go. Now let me rewind and show you something. This template that I just made, I really don't want to throw it away. So I'm going to go to my templates, import graphic from project. Heart pendant template, and there it is. That way, now let's say I wanted to do cut shapes again, and I forgot to make a copy of my cookie cutter. Tools, cut shapes, delete. I'm like, oh no, I want something that's easy to frame. Add graphic to project. I'll hit P to center it up, and then I can use that toolpath for framing. So if I click frame, I can do the contour, and I get a nice contoured outline of that heart and not the outline with all the stars and stripes and everything. So it's easier to frame. Then we can go back to our pendant. And let's see. See if I can get you closer for a better angle. Don't get seasick on me. Okay. The camera is clear of the galvo. So that's a good thing. So it's not going to get melted. And I'm going to run these settings now. So hopefully, with this stainless steel, we still get the red, white, and blue. Make sure it's still in line. Okay, changed my mind. To make sure I don't have any edges that are not covered with the graphic, I'm going to let it fall off the sides. So let me just grab the template again and hit frame. Now it's hard to frame with this camera in the way. All right, and to ensure that falls off the sides, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. That's definitely going to do it. I'm going to make, let's see, make the graphic fit that. Okay, now I'm going to run it. Here we go. Wait, before I do something else, I just remembered I changed the height. I need to go up just a little bit. This thing is not cooperating. All right, there we go. Now I'll rerun it. Ah, he just said refocus. That is correct. All right. Time is 7:30. About 25 minutes left. If we choose to hang around that long. Is that angle any better? I know this channel needs to come with a seasickness warning now. Believe it or not, that's a flood fill that's getting that red. Tonight, hopefully you see why I wanted it to just fall off the edges. I did not want to take a chance of it being not framed correctly and leave any gaps around the sides. Now, if I wanted a gap around the sides, you could frame it up to leave a couple millimeters and have it framed up nice and straight, but I wanted it to cover the whole thing. Night, Roger. I could have traced it, but for demonstration purposes, I wanted to show everybody watching the pen tool, because there will be times where you can't get a good trace and you might need to use the pen tool. So it was for educational purposes. And I like doing things live just to challenge myself and try to keep my skills up and try to teach you guys at the same time. Yeah, it's tough. You just got to make your squares, if you're going to do material tests, really small. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I thought your bird was asleep. Let me bring it to the main camera. Better light. It almost looks like it was printed on there. That looks really good. I actually impressed myself with that one because that does look really good. I think my daughter will love that. Sweet. I'll put a jump ring on it. Now, I bet I could run this one, which is the shiny stainless, and probably have a totally different result. But the stainless that I've been testing has not been the shiny stainless. It's been the brushed. So I was hoping I would get a similar result. There we go, jump ring and ready for chain. Dang, that does look good. I might make myself one. Any questions thus far? I'll do one last test for you if you want. I have some gold stainless. Let's see. I have, I think, some rose gold stainless. And I have some more mirror stainless. How about we do the gold? That's simple. It's a square. That won't take too long. All right, let's just move these out of the way. And let me get a caliper and measure this real quick. 25. Whoops. Forgot to lock that. And the shortcut is the period. Whoops. Wait. Shift period rotates 45 degrees. Kept slipping. All right, now let me do what I did just a second ago real fast. I'm going to duplicate this, Control D. Then I'm going to make it the white layer, which is 23. I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to ungroup it and then just get the stars themselves. I'm going to hide the red layer. Whoops, wrong one. The red layer. This blue layer, we want it to be 27. And then this gray, we want to be 8. No. Wait a second. Ungroup. Get rid of that. We want this to be 23. Then I will show the red again. Hide 23. We want that to be number 20. All right, show that, show that, show that. Group those, move those stars back in place. It's good enough. Move this off to the side for a second. Group all of that. Scrunch it down to size. Figure out which I want that. So try to make the flag at the corner. That's good enough. Okay, shape 1, shift, click shape 2, tools, cut shapes. You don't need this. Delete it. And I'm going to frame this. And with that square shape, you can do the hull bounds. You could do it. I'm just going to do hull, and let's go over to the laser. I did make that template just a little bigger. Put my reading glasses on so I can see. I'll fix the camera in just a second. I'm going to make that just a little bigger. For some reason, this camera is not wanting to focus. There we go. It was not one, didn't like that shiny surface. And I just knocked it loose. Took all that time to get it in focus, and then I locked it loose. I'm going to have to start a GoFundMe for a new camera mount. My goodness. All right, I think I got that somewhat fixed. And then I'll try to shine another light on it. But I'll go ahead and run this and we'll see what happens. Yes, same thickness. Night, Jack. We'll talk to you later. I'm sure you're already going, but I'll say goodnight anyway. Even if it doesn't come out red, white, and blue, I think it's still going to look really cool. That looks pretty neat already. Yeah, it's not going to be a perfect red, white, and blue, but it looks really neat. Anyway. And with that, we have 10 minutes before it's time for the Clack Shack inventory live stream. So I will wrap this up once this finishes up. Come on, hurry up. Do you guys prefer seeing live projects on stream like this? I like doing live projects on stream. Actually, oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Instead of the red, it's like it's got a little kind of a red to it, but it's really gold mostly. Yeah, there's some red. But at the right angle, it's gold. There we go. But yeah, you can still see the reds and blues in there. It's the first time I've tried to do any red, white, and blue on this gold. The gold stainless steel, that is. But actually not bad. Okay. Resounding yes for the live projects. Very good. Okay. I thought so. I like doing them. I think it's more helpful to see things being done than just being told. Let's see. Chicago Bob, this was not very warm at all. It never, I picked it straight up and it was not hot. So not bad at all. Let's see, how's that look from a distance? All right, that's enough of that one. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope you learned something or at least saw something new. I think for these red, white, and blue pendants, I'm just going to do a video on how to do a template if you don't know how to do that, and then do the video and then the file with the settings. Then nobody has to worry about writing down settings, and these will give you a good place to start when you're looking for color with a 50, 60 watt. This is a 60 watt MOPA. So that puts you right in the middle between a 0 and a 120. So you, at least you have a starting point. But that is it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like I always say, there's no live stream without you guys watching. I do appreciate all your support, tuning in and clicking the thumbs up and all that good stuff. Anyway, have a wonderful Sunday evening, and I'll see everybody in the next one.